Hi everyone. Welcome to Liberty Traders. I am very excited to give you guys this video today. This is officially my first video that I'll be posting for Liberty Traders. Obviously, I did the podcast the other day. You guys are welcome to go and listen to that. You know, that's my story and how I got into the whole crypto space and markets and how I found myself doing this with Liberty Traders today. So yeah, I'm just going to give a high-term time frame analysis today. Just take us through exactly what's going on, why the charts are looking the way it's looking now, why we have dropped, and just to show you guys what we could look at going forward for possible trade setups. Are we looking at a macro reversal? Are we looking at some more downside? And just some possible levels and targets we could be looking at up and down. So I'm extremely excited to do this analysis with you guys today. So yeah, please just share your thoughts below in the comments. Let us know if there's anything that we could do, certain content you guys are looking for. Any content is welcome. I mean, we've got a great community. First of all, you guys can jump onto our Discord. We've got a lovely free section over there. Everybody's giving amazing analysis on a daily basis. We've got some amazing mentors. Our community is just out there to help. So yeah, feel free to do that and have a look at what we have to offer. So yeah, today is just purely a nice trading environment that I want to show you guys what we could be looking at going forward. So yeah, just first of all, this is for educational purposes only. So before you continue with this video, please just read below. This video is our policy, in that we don't offer any financial advice. So please read through that, and then let's get going. So it's always important, you know, to zoom out on the chart and to just try and formulate a plan and not just go in and start trading. I know a lot of us get caught up in the shorter term time frames trading that. So it's best to zoom out to create a proper formulated plan and not having a bias. In trading, you never want to have any biases. You don't want to add any emotions with trading. Purely apply technical analysis, and that's what we stand for at Liberty Traders. We want to offer concrete levels to trade from and just show you guys how we do it and why we love trading. It's absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do is, I love starting with my Fibonacci. So let's just do a nice pull all the way from the bottom all the way to the top, like using the magnet tool. And then I'm just going to pull that all the way to the top. It's just actually added on the normal fib. And then I actually just want to take this all the way to the right. So let's just go all the way to the right, adding the levels there, extending it to the right. All right. So first of all, this is very interesting that we can obviously see all the way from the March lows 2020 up until the current all-time high at 69K that we put in on 11 of November. Let me just make sure on that date. Yeah, that's around there on the 10th of November. So what we can see is that it's very interesting that we've come down to the 786 target. We all know that's a very significant level. Obviously, the 618, we had a brief pause over there. Let's actually just see how long we got over there. That was about 30 days or so before we had another drop. And that took us down to the 786. So we obviously have multiple other reasons why we had a stop over there. So that's a support level. So I'm actually going to just put everything else off, because that's currently what we're looking at as support at the moment. And then what we want to do is we want to add on some resistance. So that's currently our support, very significant level. I'm just going to go and add up the resistances. Let's quickly have a look and see what we've got there. Let's just add normal fibs on. Let's extend that to the right as well. So this is very important that we look at the resistance currently, because we've put in such a significant support level. And obviously what we can see is we've got our big major level coming in here at 29K, very close to the 30,000 level. We're going to dig in and see why, if there's any other resistances coming up. Obviously we can see that we've got this range profile over there. So we'll definitely have some resistance coming in that side. So these are just some fib levels that we're looking at. And this will be your major macro Fibonacci level that you want to look at first. If we breach this level, obviously, if we change high term market structure, it's obviously taking these highs. 31K, 31.6 would be the first significant level to take. But we also got to note there's some liquidity lying over there, possible retrace. But we'll get to these levels and we'll see what the volume's looking like when we reach these significant levels. But what we can notice, as soon as we breach this, possibly stay above it, this will be the first level to start looking for further upside in the charts, possibly new all-time highs, breaking this market structure. So that's the first resistance level. I'm just going to remove that for now. I mean, that is quite far for now. Let's actually just switch it off. So let's just go to that and just put that resistance off. Just want to leave the support on. That's currently what we're looking at. And then also actually just want to point out, you want to draw and see why we've come to the support level. And I do like these Fibonacci channels, and this is quite an interesting one that I picked up. I mean, just look at this. We've got our two touching points there, and we actually come down very close to tag that bottom over there. It's extremely close. So this is a level that I'm looking at as well. So significantly, the current resistance is coming up to 26K level. Obviously, we are stopping now at this area over here. Well, it's actually to the dollar. We actually spoke about this level on the group for the past few weeks. Looking at this level, we actually took a trade. A lot of the guys took a trade from this level. So you guys are more than welcome to head out to our Discord and see how many of our members are currently sitting in a nice short, which is quite interesting. Anyway, so yeah, these are the type of levels you want to start adding to your chart to look for your levels. And this is a very interesting one that I was looking at. So obviously claim the 236, we can start looking for the 382 towards a 31K level, which lines up with this resistance that we're having over there. So this is also a very interesting one. Just going to switch that off. And then what we also want to do is we just want to look at some other confluence levels as well. Actually, that's very high term frame. I'm actually just going to go and zoom into the 4 hour and just see what's going on, because obviously this is what we're ultimately looking at the moment, to see, are we going to go up or are we going to go down? So let's just quickly see if we have another channel that we can look at over here potentially. We obviously want to pull it from here. Let's just quickly see what we're looking at. It's a very significant level. Okay, so maybe there's no touching points at the bottom, so we could potentially pull it to this low. Got another touch point over there. Very interestingly, we can see how this played out. These two touches. We got up to that high again, came back down all the way to tag that bottom, went up. You see how nicely that's respected. Actually came down to the 382, broke out. You can see this could be a nice little deviation that's going on over there. Rejection, came back in. Look at that, rejected exactly on that Fibonacci channel there again. Came back down, tested it again. So this is definitely a significant level. Came down to take the 618, again breaching at another deviation of this channel. Currently, as we can see, it's progressed. We're just making a series of higher lows, higher lows, higher low. Currently high, high, higher, high, higher, high. So this is currently looking like a market structure change at the moment. So a lot of the guys are in longs all the way from the lows. We kept on longing every single dip. And you could short every single high. That's how we trade at Liberty traders. So at the moment, if you're in a long, there's no reason in closing those longs. There's no weakness on the chart at all. But what you can do is you can hedge your longs by taking a short from significant levels. And so we've been doing just that. We've been taking shorts. Let's go out to the daily. Let's just put off this fib channel. So we can see how well respected this channel is. I just want to show one more thing. Actually, currently we're back testing this as support at the moment. I mean, just look at this. Oh, a resistance, all the way, resistance. We can just see how beautiful this level is acting. So now if this flips to support, I mean, we can definitely look for further upside. And if we lose this, we can just look for lower levels and just keep trading this range. It's absolutely been a beautiful range. I mean, we've been doing this for the past, let's quickly see. No, that's almost from the exact low. We're looking at almost 60 days. So it's been an amazing range. So I'm just going to flip that off. And then what else can we look at? So yeah, this is currently what's going on in this. We're just ranging at the moment, coming up to significant resistance levels at the moment. Let's just see what else we can look at, why we've come to 17K support. So I'm just going to actually flip over quickly to log scale. Let me just put this, well, we can actually use this retracement as well. So what I want to do is on log scale, let's just quickly flip it on to normal again. And I actually just want to add on the log scale levels and just take this all the way to the right. This is just another significant level that we got to be aware of. So on the log scale, obviously from this March lows, we can obviously see we've been making this upward trajectory. Currently, we are looking at the 382 as support, which is a very, very big level. I mean, we can also go all the way to the 0.5, and it's still going to be a valid level to look at for further upside. But currently, we just broke below the 382, and as we can see, currently we're hovering above the 382. So this is a very, very big level at the moment to be aware of. And as long as we stay above the 382, then I mean that's definitely bullish. So if we lose this, we can look at lower targets again. But for now, as we're above this level, there's no reason looking for lower until we lose this level. And this, could potentially be market structure change, losing these lows, then you'll definitely be looking for lower targets. Or coming into support. We've got this profile area over here as support. So yeah, I just wanted to point out this is an extremely big level. Just 382, this is on 22,600. So that's a very, very significant level. So I'm just going to take that back quickly, back to the 786. Let me just put that back on the 786. Because currently that's our big support level that we're looking at. Let's put that back. It's actually a very interesting thing I wanted to show on Coinbase, because we're actually going further back. If we look at the Coinbase chart, we can see we've got this massive high that's come in over here. So this is a very significant level. As we can see, we've come to tag these highs. This is in December 2017. So this is a very, very interesting level on the high-term time frame on Coinbase. So this is definitely a massive level to be aware of. And as we can see, we've definitely come to tag this level. And it's been absolutely well respected, as we can see on Coinbase. So that's just something else that I wanted to point out on Coinbase. So let's just flip back off log scale. And as we can see, we've got this massive volume. We can just think to ourselves, if we start breaking below that, we've got massive targets below us as well. I mean, this is another high that we can look at. Very big targets that we've still got below us. Obviously, I don't really want to break this low because this is going to be worrisome. But, I would say as long as we don't break this low, 10,000K, we're all good. But there's no reason for looking this low at all at the moment. So yeah, that's all I wanted to point out on the log scale. It's very, very interesting level that we've come to over there. Let's just go back to, I trade on Bybit, so that's why I chart on Bybit. amazing exchange. And yeah, we also affiliated with them, Liberty. So you guys are welcome to, our links are at the bottom if you guys want to join our community. So what else can we have a look at? So these are some fib levels that we're looking at. What I actually also love doing is looking at your Fibonacci fan. So I'm just going to see, just flip these off quickly. What I'm going to do is let's just quickly add a Fibonacci fan on over there. The all-time low, well, the March lows and all the way up there. So these are very interesting targets that we can definitely look out for. Obviously, we can see that we've come into the 75 range, almost tagging it over there back in May. This is that 25K level, which is currently coming in as resistance. So we can just think to ourselves, if we start coming up to the 75 speed fan, it's going to be such a significant level of resistance. At the moment, if we go straight up, that will be around 27,600, about there. Obviously, the longer it takes, we can start looking for higher prices. So that's a very, very significant target of resistance at the moment. So I would definitely treat that as big, big resistance. So that's old support, which is now resistance. If we're looking into the future, let's just pull another one. Let's just have a look at your resistance speed fans. So what we're currently looking at, let's just quickly see if we flip on the 382. So currently we've already breached the 236. So that's, in terms of time, we can definitely start looking. Once this level is breached, we can start looking at this as support. So if we would go straight down now, we definitely look at support around that 19K area. And if we go longer and in time, we can start looking at close to the lows, maybe grabbing some liquidity over there. Got massive liquidity that's resting down here. There's potential double bottom, potential triple bottom at this area. So yeah, we can just imagine if we come down to these levels, it's going to be significant support. But yeah, for now, we can definitely see that the 382 is acting as resistance. So this is how we can just combine these tools to look at support and resistance levels. So I would definitely treat this 382 global speed fan currently as high level of resistance and support, obviously, in this 236 Fibonacci speed fan. So that's just what I wanted to point out. You guys are welcome to add this to your chart. It's absolutely amazing levels that I use to trade from. So if you guys really want to add this one on as resistance, it's going to be huge, and we'll see very soon why that's more resistance coming in over there. So if we continue, I'm actually just going to add on some volume. Let's have a look. I always love looking at the volume level. So we can just pull another, well, we can technically pull a whole volume profile because we've actually tested this whole area. Yeah, this is back to November. So just for interest sake, let's just have a look and see what's going on there. If we did this whole profile area, we can start looking at this Valley area low. Just this is going to, again, I mean, look, we're really seeing that things are lining up. Obviously only in October side that's a line up over there, but these are just levels you can look at. But this is going to be a very big resistance level. This is obviously a very high term time frame volume profile. So that's a significant level that I'll be looking at. But if we, in terms of support, resistance, sorry, what we'll do is let's just go to January the 1st of 2021. And then I just would like to go before we lost this. We can probably go all the way to there. Okay, it actually lines up exactly there as well. So that's a very big level. So it lines up exactly the same area. So we can definitely mark this as a very big key level to remember. Sorry, that's a key 4-hour level. So that's a very, very big level that we're looking at. So let's leave that one over there. And we can also see that there's lows coming in here at this 28K area. We all know how big level of support we had over here. This massive rise in price after not losing this level. So that's definitely going to be a massive, massive resistance coming into this area. So that's that volume profile in the high term time frame. So that's very, very big. actually very interesting. I just want to point out why we've possibly also coming to the 17,000 area. It's a very small little profile range that we've got over here. This is about, let's just have a look at this time frame. This is about, yeah, almost 30 days, 29 days before it broke that area. So if you want to pull like a little volume profile, um, this is huge. I mean, let's just add this low of this profile. Let's just zoom in there quickly just to get, I'm not going to add too precise. You guys can add this to your chart, but this is just very interesting levels. Looking at the historic volume profiles, it's a very nice way to just see what's going on and why we came down to these levels, just like adding them onto the chart. So let's just see for interest sake what happened as we came down to these prices. I actually like adding these low wicks as well. So it's obviously liquidity. So let's just call it a key level. We can add this one on as well, the key level of support. And let's just see what happens if we go down to currently. So as we can see, oh my word, just look at that key level on that value area low. That is very interesting. So we can see that how big volume profiles are obviously coming down to the 786, lining up with that low. We actually never breached that low. Wow, that's so close. Very interestingly acting as support. So what we can start seeing is why we came down to this level on that 786. Got a breach up. Look at this. This is beautiful. It comes up to the volume profile via point of control. Breach that to the value area high. That is very interesting. Then we come down, testing the value area low, basically to the dollar. I mean, that is beautiful. So at the time, we could have looked at some let's just quickly see divergences. Sorry. I just want to show you guys. Let's just put this, the EMAs off quickly and the volume. So what we can start doing is looking into why we've come down to this level, potentially go to the daily quickly. Let's just have a look at what's going on. Let's reset the chart just to get back to where you want to be. I mean, what we can do is, this was a low that was made in May. And as we can see, we've come down. So on the daily, it's no real divergence on the daily. So you got to be patient when you see big levels like this. Let's see on the 4-hour. So what we can see is on the 4-hour, very interestingly, we've actually made some bullish divergences, not making a lower low on the RSI, which is quite interesting. And then obviously what you can do is you can just start zooming in and then having a look at what's going on the charts, potentially why we've turned around. There's obviously various other reasons and tools you can use to look at that specific area. So what we can see, let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, on the hour as well. I mean, it just made a higher high on the RSI. So it's a very nice way to look at a potential low. And obviously we're in the oversold area. So this is a very nice way, looking at the volume, the value area low, and we get the rise. Look at this. Broke the value area high, and it's history. It just went up from there, made a little bit of a range. As we can see, we've actually come back down to test it again. I just want to add a Fibonacci level on here. Let me just close that. Let's just, for interest sake, just see what was going on there and go all the way to this high. Let's just quickly see, adding a normal fib level, extending that to the right. Oh my word, just look at that. Once again, coming into the 786 to the 618 area, hovering around there, breaking up. Again, bouncing on that value area high. I mean, the amount of trades you could have taken with scalping is absolutely amazing. You never have to long the exact low and catch a knife. You wait for the reactions, come back, look at your targets, and just take trades from there. And that's why it's so beautiful to look at your historic volume levels. And since then, we've just made an upwards movement. And as we can see how beautiful these levels were acting. So I actually just want to mark this quickly. Just want to say old volume. 2020. So I'm just taking you guys through some methods to use and see why we've come to this target and potentially why we've come to stop over here. At the moment, what we want to now have a look at is obviously what is your resistance levels. But I actually wanted to show one more thing while we're busy with the volume. Let's just quickly have a look. Let me just quickly put this off. So what else can we look at in terms of volume? All the way from the top to the bottom. This is just something else that's extremely interesting that we can see at the moment. This is a value area low that we're currently looking at. And what we can start picturing is if we start getting acceptance into this level, that's coming in for the 24,200. Let's just get that a bit more exact. Yeah, 24,251. That's a very key level. So yeah, 24,200. Let's just call it 24,200. Call it like a little zone. Doesn't have to be precise, and it's going to keep on moving as the price moves. We're going to move this volume profile up. So if we get acceptance breaking up, coming down, and actually staying above, we're closing a daily or weekly above this, we can definitely start looking at the point of control, and that's around, that's 60% up. Wow, 38,000. Obviously, this is the resistance first. We've got high volume nodes coming in there, so we can't look that high until we haven't breached these levels, and that will obviously be market structure change. So this is a very key level. This is a level that I'm looking at. I'll be definitely trading from this level, and we can obviously see how well it's respected. I mean, look at it coming in as resistance, go back down, coming back up, going down. This is a massive resistance level. So we can just imagine that if this acts as support and we get acceptance into this level, we can definitely look for further upside. So this is a very important level. I'm actually just going to mark this as key level because it's a very, very key level. And then what else can we look at? Yeah, now we've got the volume levels. You can have these old volume levels on as well. This is major support levels at the moment. Let's just flip that off. So what else can we look at after the volume? What I like to do is obviously like marking out my high term horizontals. So what we can do is let's just have a look at what we've got incoming in resistance. This is a very big resistance level. That's obviously very far up. This is a monthly level that we've fallen down there. So that's definitely a big level. 19,900, massive level. Let's just see what we've got on the weekly. I would say the first big high term resistance would be coming in again. We can see this level showing up again, 29,800. That's a massive level. In the immediate shorter term, this is a very big level of support. We can see coming in 23,166. I would say that's a significant support level. Definitely a big level to be aware of. Currently very interesting. We can see this daily level is acting as support. Once we lose this, we can definitely look at this weekly level. So that's current levels that we can look at as support and resistance. As we can see, we're hovering really at this key level at the moment. So we just got to be patient and see what's going to happen, and see if we are going to break up or down. Obviously, we can go more in detail with showing your divergences and looking at the volume, and trying to figure out possibly if we flip on volume. It's just another nice way to see what's going on. As we can see at the moment, if we look at the daily time frame, the volume is definitely decreasing. So we're getting a loss of participants potentially due to this massive drop. I mean, it just makes sense. It shaked a lot of people out of their portfolios, people getting liquidated. So the fact that we have less participants going on in this area just makes sense. But this is accumulation phase, guys. So just got to be patient and just be patient. We want to wait for a volume spike. Obviously, if this key level is going to act as support, we want to see a massive spike in volume. So as soon as we start breaking these volume levels, we can start looking for higher on the chart as well. So that's something else we want to look at. Yeah, now that we've got our key key levels. Just want to see something. This isn't. I want to see if we have another level in the history over here. Let's quickly see what's going on in the daily and the weekly over here. I'm going to see if we breached all those levels. So this is a weekly level coming in at 19,000. So we already breached that level. This is a tag level, so we don't really want to look at that. Still a significant level as a weekly, but we're rather like looking at the untagged levels. That's daily. This level got tagged already. Let's quickly see what else we've got over here. It's just a significant level when we get down that area. As we can see, we've breached this daily, so it's already tagged. This is the next daily that we can look at. I just like adding levels that's tagged in a different color. So there we go. So that level's tagged. At the moment, obviously, we've got that weekly level coming in over there. And then another important horizontal we can be aware of is this significant 28K low. So this is another massive key level of resistance. So I'm just going to mark that as a key level. And as we can see, combining your volume profiles, it's just interesting to see the resistance. See, it comes in that value area low. So this is definitely a very key level of resistance. Massive, massive, massive level. So I'll definitely keep that on the chart as we get to those levels. Let's see what else we've got. I mean, this is how we formulate a plan, guys. These are your big horizontal levels to be aware of. So plain and simple, it's daily levels currently holding. If we lose this level, look at the weekly. If we lose this level, we can obviously add on some more daily levels. This is also going to be a key level. Let's just add that into the daily levels. I don't think there's any other weekly levels as support. All of them have been tagged through, yeah. So no other levels there. So these are definitely significant levels we can look at. Obviously, we can start adding Fibonacci onto this whole area. But at the moment, I wouldn't really do that until we've lost significant support. Again, this is a big channel that we're looking at. You can just treat this as a lovely Fibonacci channel if we get back into this channel. So that's absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's it. That's it on Bitcoin. That's why we've come down to this massive key support areas. And as I said on Coinbase, that massive historic high that we've made in 2017. So yeah, I just want to say that these are big levels that we're currently looking at on the Bitcoin chart. I'm just going to call these some key levels. Let's see where this level is. There we go. Adding this into the daily levels. Another daily level there. Alrighty, so that's what we're looking at on the high-term time frame on Bitcoin and why we've come down to this low. Like I said, the volume is not looking too great, so we can't really expect massive breakouts on low volume. So we'll just need to wait and see if we can have some volume coming in. Obviously, we can add on your normal levels if you really want to start adding significant levels onto the chart. Support and resistance. These is just a nice, we can call it a array. I like adding them. You can see this touches, all these touches. So again, this is just another resistance level coming into this 26, 27K area. Start breaking this, we can definitely look for higher. So that's just another big level. You can treat this as a channel, call it one massive bull flag, if you will. Just want to add this very interesting Fibonacci pool. Let me just remove this, doesn't really matter. So what we want to do is, I actually just like using some expansions as well. It's just some more, just to see what's happening on the chart. I actually forgot to mention this earlier. We've actually come into the 1 to 2, 3, 6 expansion. And this is quite a significant level. Obviously, if we combine that, as I mentioned earlier, with the big fib retracement from the low to high on log scale, coming into that big 382 on that 21, 22K area, we could be treating this, I'm looking at other guys as well, just mentioning this, an expanded flat that we going on the Fibonacci, I mean on the chart at the moment. So this is just something to be aware of as well. A lot of guys looking at Elliott waves, looking at 1, 2, 3, looking at this as a fourth wave at the moment, potentially going for a fifth wave all the way higher up, 100K area. But we'll go into that further a little bit later. But for now, we've definitely reached significant support. Just wanted to point that out. So until we lose the 17K, there's no reason to look for lower. And that's it. I actually just want to now, while we're looking at Bitcoin and looking at resistance and support, I actually just want to flip over to the ES and the SPX, see what's going on over there. So we can currently see we're going up. That's also a very good indication of why Bitcoin is really rallying up, because they've got some correlation with them. Obviously very easy pull. I'm not going to do this precisely. You just add it from high to low. Coming into the 618 area. So that's going to be very big resistance. We can actually just drop one lower, actually, which will be the first resistance, and we can actually see coming to this golden pocket area, we've actually really done the 65. So we can currently see that this is a very big resistance level. Let me see what's going on the monthly. Nothing there too much at the moment. Weekly, we're just making these wicks over there. So we can definitely see, just by looking at one Fibonacci pool, that we can definitely see we're coming into resistance. And I mean, we can add those rays as well, which is just a basic tool just to see where you are on the chart, coming into resistance there as well. We can obviously see, looking at this volume profile range, or this area, coming into the value area low, obviously getting acceptance into this will, you can start looking at the POC. But at the moment, we got to look at this as resistance. So we can definitely get another retrace down. I mean, if you look at some wave counts, you can start formulating a plan on where this could be going further, upside or down. If we go into historic levels, I mean, we've definitely come to a significant level of support where we have, some levels lining up potentially as a monthly level over there. Just looking us coming into that area, currently making like a new monthly level. So, we've got some very, very nice levels lining up. We all know going into the history that this just keeps going up. So everybody is panicking now with the stock market crash and all that, but we're having some nice relief going on at the moment. So significantly, this is very important to look at in correlation with Bitcoin. We can also look at the SPX. It's just also something else. It's the same thing. We can definitely see it's coming into that same Fibonacci range. So we definitely just need to be aware that we're at resistance now. Once we break these levels, we can then start looking higher. And then in correlation with the dollar, we can actually just look and see what's going on over here. Because, if we go higher on the dollar, that's also a big reason why Bitcoin also had that major drop. So what we want to do is just see, have we come into some resistance? And yeah, I mean, there's a significant level coming in there. It's a big level where we had this whole range. It's a couple of months that this profile has been forming over there. Just out of interest sake, let's do another Fibonacci pull as resistance on this one. Just see what's going on there. Normal. Yeah, it's coming to the 786 area. So we're definitely coming into resistance on the dollar. So with this monthly level, we can definitely see it's acting as support at the moment. What we can also do is, if we want to add a nice expansion, as we can see, we've actually come into the 1.236 expansion, which is also a significant level. If we zoom into the daily area, sorry, in the weekly, we can definitely see we hovered over this. And let's go on the daily. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. I mean, it literally came down, back tested, it kept on dropping. So yeah, I mean, if the dollar drops, we can definitely look at Bitcoin having a nice rise. if the stock markets go up as well. So I'll just be aware that the dollar is currently at resistance. Obviously, we've got some major support levels on the dollar. We can easily just mark out these tag levels. I mean, that's going to be obviously a key level. That's just basic support resistance levels that you can start adding onto your chart. So at the moment, we'll be just also looking at the dollar. So this is how you formulate your trading plan, and looking on the high term time frame areas, we can now see why Bitcoin is where it is, and why we've come to these significant levels. So yeah, I won't be shouting a massive breakout yet. I know a lot of guys will start looking at much higher targets, but here at Liberty, we stay composed, we stay relaxed, we look at the technical analysis, we look at the volume, and we just take trades as it comes. A lot of us, if not all of us in our community, are currently sitting in amazing longs, and you guys are welcome to join and have a look and see how amazing the community is. So that's it for Bitcoin. I just quickly, obviously we know big with that is Ethereum. So I've actually just added some levels on Ethereum as well. So as we look at Ethereum, Bitcoin, we can see that we've come into the 786 resistance, nice weekly level. So we're definitely currently at resistance on ETH BTC, but currently also on the higher term time frame, making series of higher lows. So we can potentially break up, which means Ethereum is definitely taking control at the moment. We can look at the ETH dominance, and I'm jumping around, but I mean, this is how I trade and to formulate a plan. So we can definitely see that the ETH dominance is really taking control, and this would lead the altcoins to go for a massive pump as well if we start breaching and going higher highs. If we look at the Bitcoin dominance, we can see that we clearly got a big rejection. I remember this very well. I actually told our community that we've reached a significant level, and I mean, it is all on our group. Guys are more than welcome to come and tag me and ask me for those levels. But I've given this monthly level and saying, guys, it's now time to look at altcoins. Bitcoin could potentially lose some dominance, and yeah, I was loving it. I've been trading the altcoins, and I cannot explain the massive jumps on altcoins. I mean, I was looking at Matic. I did a stream for our community on Matic, and we can just see the percentage gains that we received from our levels. I mean, this was a 245% rise on Matic. That is massive, almost 250%. So back when I said that we could potentially see a big pump on your altcoins, that's exactly what happened after I gave that dominance resistance. So that is how amazing the communities are, and working together, looking for support and resistance levels. So that's just something to look at on the dominance. As we can see, we're definitely near major support on the Bitcoin dominance. So we could see a reversal coming in again, where Bitcoin could potentially take over, and Ethereum, BTC coming into resistance. I'll definitely be aware of that, that Bitcoin can definitely take over. Obviously, we've now definitely lost some market structure, so it would be actually very interesting to see if this dominance can drop and the altcoins rally and make a massive change over Bitcoin. That's going to be very interesting to see, because we actually never breached this high. So lower high, starting to break market structure. If we cannot get back up and start staying above daily a couple of weeks, then yeah, Bitcoin dominance is definitely looking into some trouble, which is nice for the altcoins. We all love the altcoins, don't we? Because they give massive gains. More risky, but they offer amazing gains if you know how to do some day trading. So I think that's it for the high term time frame levels. If you guys want to know more, welcome to come and tag me on our free Discord, and you can have a chat with me. You guys can do one-on-one sessions. We're busy really loading up on our premium features, and we're going to be launching and reopening premium very soon. So I am extremely excited to do that. We're on an amazing journey. And yeah, our community is just absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm just going to quickly pop over there and we can just see, you know, quickly running through how amazing I've been posting, I've been a bit more active lately. So we've got a couple of good guys doing amazing trading and tech analysis in the group. So that's just our community, and we've got different areas that we've got our mentors running. So absolutely great community that we've got over here. So you guys want to know more, or you guys can head out to our website. We've got all of our social medias tagged up there. If you guys want to see what we're about, what we're posting, you guys can follow us on Twitter. So this is definitely, if you guys want to follow us and know a bit more about Liberty Traders, you guys can come and see what we're all about and what we do. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. When I have another stream coming up in this week where I will be going through over some more shorter term time trades and potentially some intraday scalp trades and what we can be doing and looking at volume. I'll be going in a bit more depth to see what we can do for some nice trading setups. So I'm very, very excited to do that with everybody. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please comment, let us know what you guys think. If you guys would like something to change, if something doesn't sound clear enough, please let us know. Obviously, this is now me doing a setup for the first time. So yeah, please feel free to comment and tag me. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I really enjoyed this, and we'll catch you guys on the next stream. Have a good day.